Okay, so we have this major event that happened that allowed the tetrapods to become much more terrestrial than the amphibians. And this is the evolution of the amniotic egg. We are amniotes. We have our developments not in like a pond, our embryonic development, but inside the mother, inside an aquatic environment, right? So this provides an aquatic environment without returning to the water to breed. So you can imagine that you could live in a much more terrestrial environment if you don't have to rely upon bodies of water for embryonic development to occur. You actually create an egg that has an amniotic membrane, and that amniotic membrane provides the environment. So when we talk about amniotic eggs, they are shelled eggs. Okay? They resist drying out, right? So they resist drying out, and they're protective. When we look at the first group of amniotes, this would be the reptiles. So unlike the amphibians, which oftentimes, in most cases, have external fertilization, they put their egg and the sperm in the water, and then the eggs are just in the water, and then larval development takes place out. The reptiles have internal fertilization. And then in most cases, snakes lay eggs. In some cases, the eggs are retained in the mother's body, and then it looks like they're giving birth to live young because the eggs hatch out in the mother, but they tend to lay the eggs. And so this means that they can be much more terrestrial than the amphibians. So let's look at this amniotic egg. So here we have the embryo, but we also have what are called extra embryonic membranes, one of which is the amnion. Okay, so this encloses the aquatic environment. So this is my amnion. When we are born, this is my amnion. When we are born, the first thing that tends to happen when a woman goes into labor is that the amniotic membrane ruptures, and then all this water suddenly comes out, and they think they might have peed their pants, but really it came out because of the rupturing of the amniotic membrane. So we also have a structure called the chorion. And in this particular instance, if we're talking about reptiles or birds, which are also reptiles, the chorion is used in gas exchange. So the egg breathes, right? It has little pores in it, and oxygen comes in and CO2 comes out. So this is, the chorion is right around here. Then we have the yolk, and the yolk provides nutrition. And then the last thing we have is the allantois. And in us, this becomes actually part of our umbilical cord, but this stores wastes in a reptile egg. Okay, so we have all of these membranes as well. They just have slightly different functions. We have a little bit of yolk, but that becomes actually part of our guts in our embryonic development. Okay, so you need to know to be able to identify the amniotic egg, the structures of the amniotic egg, and know what the extra embryonic membranes are.